Hi, folks. Einstein's Eyes. Welcome back. I'm Carl Rosen, oculoplastics and neuro-ophthalmology in Anchorage, Alaska, where, yes, the rumors are true. It is snowy and cold. We have, as usual, my partner, Jon Ditkoff. Jon?
Hello, everyone. Coming to you from northern New Jersey. I'm a general ophthalmologist, cornea trained, and I'm excited to hear about a new topic today. And just to reiterate, we got our name Einstein Eyes because Carl and I did our ophthalmology residency there with the famous Ron Bird.
Yep, at Albert Einstein College of Medicine. Ron Bird was fantastic. He was our chief. He is no longer with us, but thank you, Dr. Bird. Today we have Alissa Song. Alissa is very impressive what she's done. She's one of the founders and CEO of Nanodropper, which delves into the realm and a very important domain, cost containment in healthcare. This involves healthcare strategy, healthcare policy, extremely interesting topic. As a medical student, and you're a medical student at, don't tell me, it's in Rochester. Are you at University of
Yes.
Rochester?
Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh, Rochester. So at the Mayo Clinic.
Yes.
So Alissa's a medical student at the Mayo Clinic. While a medical student, she was able to accomplish all this.
Wow.
Blows me away. So we're going to let Alissa run with this and present Nanodropper. This is an extremely exciting and interesting topic and has broad implications for, as I said, healthcare, policy, cost containment in medicine, and ophthalmology in particular. Take it away, Alissa.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Alissa. I'm so excited to be here today. My journey with Nanodropper started a little before medical school, actually, when I was applying to schools. I came across an article that talked about this huge financial burden that glaucoma patients were facing in their medications. It turns out that these medications can cost up to $500 per bottle, and patients were running out too quickly before insurance was ready to cover the next refill. This was coupled with the fact that current eye drops are actually too big for the human eye, up to about 5 times too big. So this meant that not only were these eye drops wasteful, but they were actually contributing to the financial barrier seen by glaucoma patients. So, as an academically trained scientist, when I read about this, I looked for data and I was surprised, but also pretty disappointed to find out that the scientific community had known about this problem of oversized eye drops since the 1980s. There were all of these clinical trials that were performed, and including clinical trials that demonstrated not only were smaller drops just as efficacious as bigger ones, they were actually safer with better side effect profiles, local and systemic. So, after learning about this, me and my 3 other co founders decided to create a solution that we could hand directly into the hands of patients. And so, we created the world's first eye drop bottle adapter that reduces the size of the droplet to make those bottles last 3 times as long and give access to all the benefits that smaller droplets have to offer. I'm happy to show you the device here. It's very simple to use. Here's a normal eye drop bottle. All you have to do is remove that original top and replace that cap with the Nanodropper that comes completely pre-assembled and normally sterile. And this is now a pop-off cap to be friendly for people with all dexterity levels. This is a nice soft medical grade silicone tip in the case of accidental contact, and it's brightly blue colored to contrast better against a white ceiling.
That's pretty impressive. I didn't know anything about that.
That's
So
awesome.
you
Good.
guys are distributing that, where are you selling it?
Yeah, we had a few thoughts when we were thinking about how to deliver our solution to patients. And something that we learned while interviewing patients and ophthalmologists and optometrists is that the eye care professionals were actually seeing this problem as well, in terms of administrative burden, patients who, if their insurance changed, they would have to cycle out of medications because their new insurance wouldn't cover it, et cetera, et cetera. So that burden was being felt by the office as well. Um, learning that, we decided that we would partner directly with ophthalmology and optometry offices, have them actually use the Nanodropper adapters for their in-clinic drops, which of course skyrocketed in price during the pandemic. And they are able to do their own patient selection. They know their patients best. And so it really became a really great partnership. Since launching in June of 2020, we are now available at more than 2,500 eye care clinics in all 50 states.
And you partnered with the Department of Defense as well, right?
We did. We were very fortunate to win 2 phase 1 awards and a phase 2 award that we recently completed. And we also are available through the VA clinic system as well.
It's fantastic. I really like the idea of reducing the preservative burden and consequently adverse effects, keratopathy that happens with those preservatives on the corneal surface. Jon, do you see how effective this could be?
Oh, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think, I'm a corneal specialist, so I see the toxicity for many glaucoma drops. And I think your point is well taken, which is less preservative, less toxicity. I guess I'd be wondering in terms of artificial tears, is it also just as good? I mean, many of my dry eye patients are spending a lot of money on artificial tears, and they have to put them in every 2 hours. Some of them do it 4 times a day. Will they get the same effect even with a smaller dose? You have studies to show that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And to put into context the actual size difference, the eye has a finite capacity, a volumetric capacity of about 7 microliters. So that's including all the fornices, the actual corneal surface, etc. And our droplet with the nanodropper ranges between about 10 to 15 microliters for most glaucoma medications. And so we still meet the upper limit of the capacity of the eye. And we did that just because we were the first to commercialize in this space to give ophthalmologists and optometrists a little bit of confidence that we are filling that eye capacity and just a little bit more for good measure. In our clinical trials that we've run, we were able to demonstrate equivalent efficacy with dilation drops in pediatric and adult eyes, timolol with an 8-hour study, and most recently we did a longer term trial that I can't quite talk about yet, but we just completed.
So you haven't done one yet for lubricating drops, but I would think,
We haven't.
yeah, but
That's correct.
I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, it'd be very simple because you have patients that are dry eye and you just have to do a subjective, you're doing this, do you feel any different? So I think it's an interesting idea.
Yeah, really,
I mean,
that's
with lubricating drops, I just feel like your point is well taken, which is there's a maximum capacity anyway. So they're putting the drop in and a lot of it's just going right out. It's not really being
Exactly.
absorbed. So I think the point is they probably are just it's an overdose. They don't really need that much to get the exact same effect. I think it's brilliant.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm excited
you.
to get it for my clinic.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a lot of patients currently using it with just lubricating over-the-counter drops.
Yeah.
Even with things like Lumify and other over-the-counter products, And particularly younger patients have been telling us that they really enjoy the Nanodropper because it doesn't ruin their makeup during the day when they're putting
Yeah.
it in every few hours.
I will tell you that latanoprost, are you familiar with latanoprost, Zalatan?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the most significant side effect of that medication is when you put the drop in, the excess medication, when it ends up on your skin, it leaves you pigmented. So you can get pigmented spots if you do. So I always have to tell patients to use a tissue to dab to wipe it. You could almost argue that this would be right off the bat, they would be less likely to get that. I mean, granted, they could just wipe it, but it's more intuitive to have less of it to have to wipe.
Absolutely. And we are seeing reports from both ophthalmologists and patients that across the board, Nanodropper has been helpful for side effects, both in severity and in prevalence.
Right?
It's great.
Great
Yeah.
presentation.
So you got a bunch of spaces, market spaces that within ophthalmology subcategories that actually you could go potentially as time moves forward. So Alissa, this is just wonderful. What's next for you?
Yeah, it's really about getting the word out there. Just like you pointed out, we started in glaucoma, but since we've been on the market, we have learned that there are so many potential uses. A lot of retina specialists have been reaching out to us to partner with us because they really like it for patients that are using steroids long term, just to minimize that systemic absorption and exposure over time, things like that. We're always looking to do more trials. We have 3 RCTs under our belt, but there's so much room for exploration. And I have a really, really great, strong team behind me that's also very evidence driven. So we're excited to learn more, to expand, and really get the word out there about Nanodropper.
It's great, Alissa. Well, listen, count my ophthalmology practice as a potential RCT site if you need it in Alaska, at the snowy north. So we would
Thank
love to
you.
help. But this was just great. And wow,
Minnesota's not that much warmer, I don't think, is it?
It is this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a record warm winter so
Really?
far. Yeah.
geez, we could use some of that. But so Alissa, so we look forward to hearing updates
Yeah.
regarding Nanodropper and your journey. So we're going to invite you back in the future, but you were fantastic. We congratulate you and we're rooting for you as well.
Thank you so much. If anyone is curious to learn more, we're available online at nanodropper.com.
Right.
Perfect. Great. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks.
So long.